Hey, how's it going, people? My name is Hernando, and I do hope that you are having a wonderful day so far, man. You know, it's a big old beautiful day in Los Santos, so I thought I'd take a trip. But not just any ordinary trip, boys. None of that, because we are going to be suiting up in our submarine, and we're going to be exploring the vast ocean side of Los Santos. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I always have the question in my mind. How far deep can we go down in the submarine if we don't have anything restricting us, such as removing that little pesky feature, destroying our submarine? Basically, we're going to get that out of the way and we're going to be exploring this to its full capacity. Now, before I go ahead and get things started today, I was just wondering if you people can be ever so nice, support the video with that blue thumbs up. It just takes about a quick second or two out your day, and if you guys can help me try to get this video to over 10,000 likes, man, I would appreciate it ever so much, and you guys will be qualified for the true MVP, dude. And as well, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. I would hate it if you missed out any of my brand new videos. But with that being said, let's go on ahead and get things started today, everybody. Now, I don't know about you people, but exploring the ocean is something that I really don't do as often because, I don't know, once you guys been here a couple of times throughout the first year you played GTA 5, there's really no point of going back towards the ocean in a submarine. I mean, it's kind of boring. All you see is coral and water and darkness, and it gets very, very tedious because the thing that sucks about the game itself is like there's so many little things restricting us from having so much fun, such as if you guys kept exploring with a jet and kept heading north, eventually your jet would just break down and get destroyed and you're basically gonna get eaten by sharks. The submarine, if you guys keep going down and down and down, eventually your annoying submarine is gonna go ahead and blow up because of the water pressure going downwards. So basically what you guys are witnessing right here is just my character just going down and down towards the ocean floor, because I always wondered how far deep I can go. Now, unfortunately for me, because I can't control water pressure, is the fact that my Kraken will just go ahead and blow up on me, which is kind of unfortunate. Now, right here, I was basically fucked, dude, because what am I supposed to do in this situation? I'm just going to keep sinking to the bottom of the ocean. Now, right here, eventually, if you guys do this yourself, he's eventually going to run out of oxygen, and you're basically going to get, wasted. Now, the cool part about having GTA 5 on PC is the fact that I can pretty much do whatever I want. I mean, if I want to install this mod or that mod, I can pretty much make it happen. Now, what I went ahead and did right here is I opened up my God menu and I gave myself the ability where I don't get killed or drown whatsoever. And I did the same thing for my submarine. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and investigate. Is the game going to go ahead and destroy my submarine even though we both have God mode? Or am I going to go ahead and give it the ability to explore the ocean floor while having any restrictions whatsoever? For example, my submarine not going ahead and bending and breaking. So with both my vehicle and myself both having God mode, we don't have to worry about getting ourselves killed or being destroyed whatsoever, because that is an issue that the PS4 and Xbox One players have to go through. So right here, we're just going down, and we're just basically going to keep going downwards until we can see what will happen eventually when we reach the bottom of the game itself. Now, I'm not too sure if you guys knew this or anything, but Rockstar has implemented a few invisible walls in GTA 5 that I'm pretty sure you guys didn't really think about, such as in the bottom of the ocean, the vehicle, such as the submarine, eventually breaks down because of the quote-unquote water pressure, which does make sense, but the reality is the fact that Rockstar didn't really implement a system where there is an endless ocean because it's not part of the map. So to put things in more simple terms, if you guys get your vehicle to get blown up in the bottom of the ocean, it's basically you passing through the invisible wall and your vehicle is blowing up because Rockstar didn't implement the bottom of the ocean because it's kind of inaccessible. So right here, you guys notice that my vehicle just completely stops. The vehicle does not work, it broke down, and it's kind of funny because I have God mode enabled on the vehicle and my character at the same time. So I'm basically kind of screwed here. But the funny thing is that the vehicle is not sinking down, which I found really funny. So I guess this is the limit on where the vehicle will sink towards if you guys got out of it or your vehicle breaks down and you didn't have God mode. But fortunately for me, I went ahead and enabled the vehicle to get fixed, and I'm just going down. And basically, we're going to keep doing this up to the point where we reach the bottom of the floor. But here's the funny part. You guys will notice up to this point, even though I'm going downwards, I'm kind of upside down. Now that's freaking weird because I'm not doing that purposely. The game is making me go upside down even though I'm going downwards. So right here, I'm just backing up to see if I can try to make any progress. But nope, my vehicle will just eventually go ahead and get flipped over. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. So I guess Rockstar did not implement the bottom of the ocean floor if you guys go deep down. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, I never knew this myself. I would have thought that there would have been some end towards this, but it looks like Rockstar did not implement a bottom of the ocean floor, which is very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. So if you guys are wondering how far away I am from the city or how far deep down I am in the bottom of the ocean, quote unquote, well, we're gonna go ahead and expect that for ourselves, boys. So right here, we're just gonna keep going downwards and downwards and downwards, and up to this point, here is where we pass the invisible wall that destroys our vehicle, and there is our submarine sinking, quote unquote, to the bottom of the ocean. But right here, I'm just gonna force my vehicle downwards and downwards and downwards to see how much more progress I can make. So as you people can see, there is some type of seafloor, but it just keeps going downwards. So I'm trying to force the vehicle to go a little bit more lower down than before. But right here, this is where the vehicle just disappears, because if you guys notice, when I go ahead and set the cruiser to a certain point, the vehicle just goes ahead and just disappears entirely, which is freaking funny, man, because it just basically tells you that there is no bottom of the floor. And then when I went ahead and let this cruiser go, the vehicle just automatically sinks to the top, which is funny because you just saw the vehicle was just sinking down. So that pretty much does it. Like, there is a certain limit where the vehicle will sink towards and a certain limit where the vehicle will go ahead and go up if you pass through that invisible line. So right here, guys, I'm just like, all right, let me see if I can manually go downwards again, but unfortunately it didn't let me. So I'm just gonna force myself again by grabbing into the cruiser and going straight downwards, and then eventually, because I passed that invisible wall, the game just automatically spawns me all the way towards the top. So right here, I basically made some progress all the way down below again, and I basically hit the quote unquote seafloor, and I was like, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this one more time to prove my hypothesis. Will the game automatically spawn me to the top once I pass the quote unquote invisible wall that's all the way down below? And yet again, people, it just spawns me automatically towards the same exact surface. So right here, I said, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna grab it and not let it go, and I'm gonna see where exactly is this going to make the vehicle go invisible. Because if it does, then I'm just gonna switch around the area where I let it go at. I'm just gonna go a little bit to the left. I'm gonna go a little bit towards the right, and I'm just gonna basically be a little bit more flexible on where I release the vehicle to find this hidden, secret seafloor, or to find anything whatsoever. But I just keep going ahead and spawning all the way to the top. So that basically sums it up, people. There is no seafloor. There is nothing. There is simply nothing in the bottom of the ocean. It just doesn't exist. So because I know for sure people are going to be asking this, what if you went ahead and just swam to the bottom of the ocean instead of, just simply going down there with a submarine? So let's go ahead and test that. So right here, I was kind of wondering, will the game automatically spawn me all the way towards the top of the surface, even though I don't have a vehicle that's pulling me around there? So right here, people, I'm just basically swimming down, 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 and down, and then I'm just going to pull myself all the way towards the bottom of the ocean floor to see how far I can eventually get my character. What I was doing before with the submarine vehicle, I'm going to do it again, but with a player, because I want to go ahead and investigate if the game is going to spawn me up again. So right there, I'm just going towards the bottom, and I believe this is as far as I can possibly go. So I'm just going to keep swimming down, down, and as you guys saw right there, because I passed through the ocean floor, my character automatically spawned to the surface of the airport, which is very, very weird, man. So I guess once you guys pass through that invisible wall, the game will just automatically spawn you all the way towards the top, because there is no surface, it doesn't exist, and the game will just automatically spawn you because I guess you're gonna break the game or something like that, which is really weird, actually. So the very last thing that I want to go ahead and test before I wrap up everything is I want to see if this course changes if I use a jet instead of a boat or my character. So you guys know that if you went ahead and just kept driving straight forward with the jet, the vehicle will eventually break down and you'll just keep sinking to the bottom, which is exactly what I want. I just want to keep sinking to see how far down I can get myself, and then eventually once I got what I wanted, I'll just escape through here and I'll try to see if I can try to maneuver my way to this quote unquote ocean floor, but in a different area. So once again, because I have my character set with God mode, I don't have to worry about drowning. So right here, this is the endpoint on where the vehicle will go towards if you guys basically have your God mode enabled. The vehicle just does not sink anymore. Even though we have all this amount of space right below us, the vehicle does not spawn. And I can prove this because right here you can see like these moving particles, which are some of the material from the jet itself. And right there you don't see it going down below anymore. It just stops. So right here up to this point is where the invisible wall ends, and anything that goes right below it just spawns a little bit to the top for, I guess, it doesn't make the game crash. So right here, I escaped through the jet, I went a little bit more downwards, and right here I was introduced with the surface of the ocean once again. So that pretty much puts the investigation to a close. There is no ocean floor. Unfortunately, I didn't see anything hidden such as fishes or krakens or anything like that because I was just focusing on how far deep I can get to the game itself. But with that being said, we're going to be wrapping up today's video with that. I do love you guys and I do hope that you enjoyed, so if you guys can do me that small little favor in dropping down a like, it'll be ever so much appreciated, as well subscribe to the channel if you guys are new.